Hello, my lovely, handsome, and beautiful Libra creators. How are you doing? Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. This is your April monthly reading. I'm going to do the amazing Celtic Cross spread. Of course, we'll be getting your overall energy as well as a message at the end for the Libra collective. Blazer the Morky is somewhere outside of this room right now, so I don't know if you'll see a lot of him at the moment, but he could come around later. So he is in the house and resting elsewhere right now. Now, do keep in mind, these are general readings. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. And today, I want to celebrate our Aries. Here's the Ram t-shirt. Brothers and sisters, happy birthday for the month of April. And of course, the end of March to our Aries clan, okay? And stay tuned. At the end of the video, I will go over all the exciting things happening in the creators community, and I want you to know what those things are. So stay tuned at the end of the reading. Let's get into your overall energy, a message from your animal spirit guide. So let's see, for Libra, what animal would like to show up today? And you got blue heron. Ooh, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. The blue heron, gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a gorgeous bird. How it relates to the blue energy of the throat and communication, standing up for what you believe, standing in truth and in authority. Honestly, it feels really, really nice for you. I love this, Libra. I'm loving that overall energy. We're going to hold that. I can see it here playing out in your readings. It doesn't mean that it was easy for you to deal with whatever is going on here, because it might mean a bit of competition or a bit of resistance that you're encountering. In your current energies, you have the Two of Swords. Some sort of choice is upon you at the moment. What road do I take next? Which direction could I go? I do think you have multiple choices. This is challenged with the Eight of Pentacles. Your job, the work environment, the lack of a job. Maybe you're feeling like resources aren't there for the things you want to do or the choices you need to make. There's some sort of physical world challenge going on right now. Some of you could be students studying something, whether that's formally or you've just taken up your own self-study on something, and learning about something is kind of challenging and taking up some of your energy or time right now. Maybe you're just on the precipice of making some sort of choice or figuring out which choice you feel you'll be the most powerful voice in. Like you'll have the most powerful voice. You'll have the most authority in a certain choice or a certain road that you take. Some of you I'm getting dealing with legal matters, or you could be a lawyer, or you just have that good debate kind of energy about you. You're able to debate really well. Some of you could be intermediaries in your jobs and working those kinds of jobs where you can put your Libra skills to the test. In your needed focus, you get the Three of Cups, community. Libra, it's time for you to get out, get around other people. Maybe we need some fresh prints here. Not the Fresh Prince, but fresh prints, like paw prints. Maybe some of you just need to get out, walk your dog, walk your cat. Some cats walk, but walk your dog for sure, and just get out and about and enjoy just seeing people around. It doesn't even have to be where you go hang out with anyone specifically, but be willing to talk to that person at the coffee shop or the car wash or wherever you go. There's something there. Follow those little synchronicities. In the past, you get the Hanged Man. In this deck, it's called the Injured Surrender. And this is about a time in your life, good thing it's in the past, where you did feel a little bruised, a little damaged, a little injured, a little let down. And to the degree where you really had to surrender into the energies of pausing and healing yourself, slowing things way down to a pace that might not have felt so free-flowing for you, where you feel maybe you couldn't make all the moves you needed to, but it was needed to surrender. Some of you might be coming out of a time where you're really healing, maybe from a physical ailment or injury or imbalance, or possibly from emotional energies perhaps, or just something that you're learning, and from learning it, you've busted through those layers of cognitive dissonance and you're going through that now, like, how could I have not seen this before? Some of you having a little bit of that energy. Now in the future position, you get the Seven of Wands, a bit of competition coming in. We'll have to clarify to see if this is a good thing or not. I've just done the Virgo reading, and I will say competition came up for Virgo as well, but it came up in a pretty healthy manner. We'll see if that's what's up for you. In your place of embodied empowerment, you get the Justice card. Fierce, fierce Libra. Look at that. Baring your teeth, letting people know what's right. Number 11, powerful number. This is about justice. It's about truth. It's about honoring that. Some of you may be dealing with that very existentially in understanding the falsities of the world. You could be having that kind of an interaction or a relationship with yourself and the greater collective right now. And when you take the reins of that kind of challenge and you're really looking to inform yourself, remember, as we've grown up in this society and in our cultures, we were taught what to think. We weren't taught how to think. We were taught what to think. Now it feels to me like, Libra, you're in the energies of redefining what it means to think critically, to use your thought process, how you can think about things instead of just going with others' opinions and judgments about things, which may or may not be correct. In your place of support and allies, you get the Knight of Swords, ambition. Ooh. Ambitious energy coming up in your support and allies. Something is pushing you to this choice, isn't it? Having to do with something you've learned. Maybe you're feeling empowered. Look at how these wolves are finding their voice. That came up with Blue Heron, making a stand for what you believe in. You're very ambitious toward these energies right now. In your environment, you get the Wheel of Fortune. This is seasons and cycles in this particular deck. I feel like you're moving along at a fair clip, a fair pace here on the wheel. I think things are spinning up and turning up for you, but it may feel like a bit of a reach, okay? So something in your environment's affecting this. You may be trying to figure out, okay, now I have this information, I've gained this knowledge and wisdom through my own introspection and reading and gathering lots of different books and details and researching. And I'm putting this all together. Now, how do I apply it to my life? And I think you're on the upturn of that. That can be a little challenging though, because you're kind of, you're working at it though. You're working at it though. In your hopes and fears, you get the King of Cups. This could represent a water sign energy, emotional balance. You could have a water energy in your chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That could be coming up for you. You want to be sure now that you know things. Of course, as you know things and you have to weed out other things, there's a grieving process. And I think your hope is that you can navigate that with grace and with that elegance that Libra likes to carry, with being seen as someone who is able to manage their emotions in a stable way. It's looking nice for that here. You also fear that others could perceive you as too emotional or overly emotional, but I don't really get that for you. I don't really get that in your energy. I don't think you're coming off that way, although you may have the fear, and that may be something to work with. For the potential outcome, you got the Three of Pentacles, some sort of exciting collaboration. And I feel like this, from the needed focus of the Three of Cups, of getting into community and following those synchronicities. Synchronicity is important for you this month of April as well. You're going to meet some people, or you're going to meet someone. This is a good chance for you, Libra, because you're in a good position. And I feel like because of the education, the research that you've done for yourself, and you're really figuring out how you think and how you can apply critical thinking to different situations, you already had the energy of being a good intermediary, seeing both sides of the picture, understanding. It's like you have a very graceful and elegant way that you may be able to convey this to others. So let's look deeper into this. Let's look at this Two of Swords, this decision. Which road are you going to take? How are you going to go? Oh boy, and I'm feeling that Justice card come through again in the King of Swords. There you are showing up. Here's the deceptive energies of the Seven of Swords. A bit of sneakiness, sneaking around, falsity. Ooh, and I think this applies to the way you've thought about things. I'm not necessarily getting a person here, although for some of you, you could have been betrayed. You could have been betrayed and in the past, and you're kind of having a look at that. I don't think those energies would sneak by you anymore, those red flags. I think you would catch those with this King of Swords. Some of you may be a little hesitant to make a choice because you're wondering, can I trust myself? And I'm getting a yes, absolutely, you can trust yourself. For others of you, this may be a choice to go down a certain career path or a field of study. Again, I feel like you're making the best decision for yourself here. You may be hearing opinions from others, naysayers. I would not be so soon to share all my plans with people like that. I think the King of Swords plays it smart. They kind of outwit other people, right? And so you may be getting some opinions from others that are just like, they just don't even know what they're talking about, okay? And I'm sorry, but they don't. They just don't know what they're talking about. So you don't have to take those to heart, but you can look at them with compassion and say, I was once at an evolutionary state where I didn't know what I was talking about, but I thought I did, you know? And it could represent a younger person in your life, kind of a know-it-all, kind of busybody kind of person. That's okay. I feel like you'll rise over that, and maybe you will choose to distance yourself a bit from people like that, because I do see new collaboration and new community coming in as a result of this. For the Eight of Pentacles, this education, this is in your challenge. So there's some thoughts that have really challenged you, and look at that air energy coming out the top of the crown of the wolf. Wow, okay. Because Eight of Pentacles usually is like a hard-working energy, but I feel like it's more of like the information that you've learned has been a little tougher to swallow, because you're like, well, I've been living my life this way. Now that I know this information, I can no longer see the world from that perspective anymore. I can no longer be disillusioned here with the Five of Cups. No, now I know the truth. Look, here you are again showing up. You're showing up in your own challenge position. You've challenged your own mental, emotional energies. It's made you feel a certain way for sure. It's made you sad. You've had some realizations about the world and the way people behave and the way the collective energies are shaped or are being shaped. You're seeing the effects of the previous manifestations coming out. You're not liking all the time what you see, but you're choosing to align with this truth. You are going to find yourself in this challenge, and I think that's a beautiful energy for you. Let's look at this Three of Cups, the community in your needed focus area, the Strength card, and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you, you're building a new community. This is going to feel a little different. Maybe feeling like you're changing packs, or you're kind of ending contracts with people that no longer are aligned with this truth that you've uncovered. There may be a bit of a switchover, but dang, it's making you feel good if you really move into this energy. That Ten of Pentacles really brings you into a stable place in alignment. Look at the alignment of the Pentacles. There, we have that sacred geometry showing up there. And we've got Leo energy, the lion heart, the strength, the fortitude to build a new kind of community for yourself. And again, the synchronicity. I can't believe how much synchronicity keeps coming up in it. It's like this underlying vibe that keeps poking at me throughout your reading here. Watch for those synchronicities as your past energies pop out here. All right. So for the Hanged Man in your past, I think we're dealing with a bit of a childhood issue here. We have the Six of Cups and the Tower. We're dealing with disappointment. We're dealing with ways that maybe you were made to feel small, held back, trapped, caged, fooled. All right. I feel your beautiful, innocent Libra energy poking through, your childlike appreciation of beautiful things, beautiful cups of flowers here that are being shared and offered. And I think somewhere along the way that got torn down. Maybe by a parent or someone in the environment, maybe by a relationship, a toxic relationship that you had. Somewhere along the way in which you lost your innocence, it didn't feel organic. It didn't feel like a natural progression, right? Feels like maybe it was shocked or stripped away from you somehow. So I'm sorry if that did happen to you. I'm glad to see those energies in the past. I think new things are opening up for you, but you could be knowing that as you move along and as you're uncovering new wisdom, maybe this is things you found out about your family or about your childhood that you didn't remember. Maybe you've gone through some regression therapy or hypnosis and things have come to light here. And that could be it as well. You're definitely equipped with more information. And as painful as it was to recognize and realize those things, I do see you coming out into a new version of yourself here. And there's new versions of you mean new friends, new communities, new opportunities, new collaborations. So let's look at this Seven of Leaders in this future position here. You have a challenge coming up, and that's why we do the predictions. This is April predictions, a potential. Won't be for all of you, but challenge coming up. I think somebody's going to try to challenge you. You've got the Nine of Swords here, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is twice. You're going to have to defend your position, your actions, your thoughts, defending your thoughts. You're going to have to depend on yourself here and the wisdom that you've gained in order to stand up to this person or this situation. It could be a thought coming from the wounded childhood that comes back up and kind of haunts you this month. I do see you being a little stressed out by that, but also with a double Seven of Wands here, that tells me with you in the high ground that you will hold your position. You are determined to hold that position. It's not maybe going to feel the best. You may feel a little disappointed with whoever it is. Or this could be encountering someone new and then you realize that they're not as awakened to their own inner alignment and inner self as you would like them to be. All right, so maybe that might come up for some of you. And just to be aware of it, be aware, you're showing up in your own reading here. You're standing up for truth. The blue heron is here in your overall energy. You got this. Do not think for 1 second that you don't got this. And look at your place of embodied empowerment. How cool is this? Through the challenge and the pressure and the responsibility that you're taking for your life with this Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups energy here, this is your willingness to walk away from something you once loved because it no longer serves truth in your life. It no longer serves balance. It no longer serves your beautiful energies that you're trying to express. And so here in your place of embodied empowerment, you're showing me you overcoming some of the biggest challenges of your life. I really feel like this is a turning point for some of you. Some of you may be coming out of or going into a Saturn return, and this is what it's all about. Or there's some other sort of astrological transition that you're going through, or just a phase in your life. But you are showing me I am most empowered knowing that I am overcoming the challenges. I'm taking responsibility for my part. I'm leaving responsibility for the other person who may be involved or other people, and I'm willing to walk away if it does not serve truth in my life. I'm willing to walk away, and that makes me feel empowered. And I say, good, good. Let's look at this Knight of Swords, this ambition and your support and allies here. The Two of Wands and the Moon. Ooh. I feel like one of the best things, Libra, that you could look into doing right now is a bit of shadow work. I feel that that is very supportive for you with the moon showing up here. This is relating to emotional energies, Cancerian energies of water, the tides, the ebbs and flow. If you can get by a body of water, that would be helpful for you as well. With the power I'm feeling and the voice that you're taking up, the position you're taking up, the place in community and in life you're taking up, it's well balanced, the Two of Wands. You have the vision here. I honestly feel like more support is going to come out of the shadows for you, out of the woodwork, out of the places where you least expect it. But here you are putting the call into the universe and really kind of ringing the bell of truth through your own voice. It's really cool. I really like that energy. But you're doing it in such a balanced way that it helps work through the shadows. So if you're doing any kind of shadow work in the month of April, or you've been thinking about it, I do think you're at the right place in your energies to go ahead and tackle that and be successful tackling it, okay? Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune in your current environment, what's going on around you. You get the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Wands. This is a relationship to time. I think there are moments where you're able to see, yes, I'm feeling good, I'm looking good. I want to be in this energy a bit more when it comes to the people around me. There's some sort of fast change or communication coming in, or that has come in your environment. I feel like it's good news. With the Ten of Cups there, I feel like it's good news. Remember I said I felt like you're on the upswing of this wheel, where you're getting near the top. You're going toward the top. It can feel a little bit challenging, but this to me says good news coming in from your environment, a check coming through for you, some money coming through for you, some love coming through from someone else. It does feel like an external energy that brings something fresh in, but remember, it is from you because of the way you're working with truth and alchemy, and you're doing that inner work upon yourself. So it is from you and it is for you. What goes around comes around. Let's look at this King of Cups, emotional balance in your hopes and fears. The Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. Yeah, this is emotional balance, right? Plus passion, and leads you into an inner authority, a position of power, strength, and leadership. Some of you may have aspirations of leadership roles and positions. For others of you, it's just about taking up the power that you have in your own life and showing up in that powerful place. And I was just getting a really weird little itch right here under my nose, and that might be a little past life, something coming up for you. Remembering you being a leader in a past life, a little bit of I don't know what there, a little bit of a fear coming up. But with this Ace of Wands, darn, you have a strong resolve and a strong passion toward this. You could also be calling in a passionate love for yourself. Some of you are doing that. All right, let's look at this Three of Pentacles in your potential outcome. You get the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. This is going to be really interesting for you because with the Page of Swords, it's going to be a new outlook on how you judge the quality of a person's character or an environmental health around you. Like, is this a healthy environment for me to be in? Is this a healthy environment for me to work on or work in? And with the Page of Swords there, that tells me you might feel like this is new. I'm a little new to this. I'm a little unsteady, but slow and steady wins the race. Take it slow. Take it step by step. If it's about trusting someone in collaboration, Remember, you're showing up committed to what you believe in here. That's been the overall energy here. And so the fear you may have or the hesitation you may have likely comes from stress of the past or even a challenge from someone. But the Page of Swords takes up the sword. They become curious about that. I think you can rely on your mental capacities to really figure this out for yourself. With that Knight of Pentacles, that's very stable. That's a lot of good strategy that I'm being shown there. And so when it comes to collaborating with others, be the strategist. Strategize those energies. All right? Especially if it's a financial collaboration and money is involved, strategize. Understand the vision, the goals, the milestones. Let's get you a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle to close off this reading, Libra, and then stay tuned for fun announcements. You got Cleansing Waters, Libra. Purification activates vibrant life force. Purification activates vibrant life force. And oh boy, just getting some relaxation. Remember I said in your area of support here with that moon energy, I felt like it would be good for you to be close to a body of water or in a body of water. If you can get, even if you're rafting, if you're kayaking, if you're swimming, if you're getting to the ocean and you're doing the beach thing, whatever it is, that feels really good to me for you. I think that will help balance out and kind of add that cleansing factor to your mental capacity so that you feel equipped to continue standing your ground and standing in truth. Cool, Libra. Okay, Creators on the Crest community, be sure to join me live here every Friday at 10 a.m. for Frequency Friday. I usually roll along for about 2 hours. It's a nice community collective message. We pull some cards, we have some fun, we chat. There's usually themes and focus areas. In fact, check me out on social media at Creators on the Crest, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, where I often solicit my audience for ideas of what they want to hear about and what they want to get into. You can also see the YouTube post on here. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Also, have you checked out the Real Life Mages podcast on my channel? There's 5 episodes. Timeless wisdom. The 5th one that we just launched was incredible. I think there was a lot of relatability to my guest and she was amazing. So be sure to check out the Real Life Mages podcast, grab a cup of tea some night and just sit down and have a good listen there. I'm also live every other Sunday night, the next one being the 20th. I think it's Easter or Ostara. So if you can join that evening, you can come on my live chat, ask a question. It's for subscribers only. You have to be subscribed. You can ask a question and I do little mini readings and it's a power-packed hour. It's a great community. It's a lot of fun. I hope to see you there as well. Now, I do put replays up of all the lives, so if you just want to see what it's like and check it out, you can do that as well, all right? Be sure to check out the description below. Lastly, and just check through the links if you're wanting a personal reading, you want to go in depth on something you're dealing with. I have all the links there. I will never solicit you for a reading, so that would be a scam if anyone tries to ever solicit you on my behalf. All right, Libra, thank you so much for joining this reading today. It was my pleasure to do it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.